So let's say, naging aware ka na one day, uuwi ka na ng Pilipinas and then manirahan ka na dun for good without working anymore. So what are you supposed to do right now? So first things first, you will have to stay away from debt. Umiwas sa utang para makapag-save and then invest it eventually sa Pilipinas. What are the ways that you can invest in the Philippines to prepare for your plan na mag-settle down na sa Philippines as much as possible, as soon as possible? So, ano bang gusto mo? Gusto mo ba magnegosyo? Or gusto mo ba mag-farm? Anything. So, after figuring out kung anong gusto mong gawin, then you have to make out a plan kung what are the steps to do. So, for example, you want to have a business in the Philippines. So, what are you going to invest today, right now, para mangyari ang gusto mong mangyari one day? If you don't have a background in business, you will have to invest in knowledge. Nobody can take away your knowledge. One day, pag umuwi ka na ng Pilipinas, magagamit mo na ito pagka i-execute mo na yung plan mo. So for now, you will have to do deep research on what you want to do pagdating mo sa Pilipinas. And you know what? In today's age, ang dami ng information online. Hindi mo na kailangan magbayad, hindi mo na kailangan ng coach. In fact, hindi mo na kailangan pumunta sa school para makapag-gain ng knowledge kung ano man ang gusto mong mag-gain. For example, in business, YouTube has a lot of resources. Even mag-google ka lang, ang daming legitimate websites everywhere na nagsishare ng knowledge when it comes to starting and growing a business. Sa YouTube, may mga specific pa na channel na nakatuon talaga ang topic sa pagsa-start and pag-grow ng business. How will you do this even if you're working here in Canada full-time or even if you have 2 jobs? You have to dedicate a time, at least 30 minutes a day, para mag-research, para manood ng isang video sa YouTube kung paano makapag-start ng business sa Pilipinas, kung ano ang dapat gawin, kung magkano ang dapat na invest, kung magkano ang dapat na pera na i-ready para sa specific na business na gusto mo. Now, when it comes to starting a business, siguraduhin mo na yung business na i-start mo ay yung talagang gusto mong gawin. So, for example, mahilig ka sa pagkain, mahilig ka magluto, ganyan. Of course, dun ka papasok sa business na related sa food. Para while starting and growing your business, while managing your business, you're also enjoying. Hindi yung forced ka lang, hindi yung kailangan kong gawin to kahit na hindi ko gustong gawin. Yung ganun na yung ganun na situation. So while managing a business, nai-enjoy mo pa rin ang buhay mo kasi yung ginagawa mo ay gusto mo talagang gawin. Nai-enjoy mo siya kasi hobby mo siya, yun talaga yung passion mo, yun talaga yung favorite na gawin mo na parang libangan na siya but you're making money. So speaking of preparing to settle in the Philippines for good, hindi lang yung knowledge when it comes to starting a business yung prepare natin. Kasi pagka wala tayong pera, kahit na marami tayong alam, hindi natin siya mai-execute. So one of the most important things to prepare is, of course, as I've said, pera. So how can you save here in Canada? So number 1 strategy para makapag-save ng pera dito sa Canada while working ay to avoid debt. I mentioned this a lot of times in this channel kung paano magstay away sa debt or sa utang dito sa Canada. Is-set aside natin ang ating mga pride. We have to think na wala tayo sa Canada para mag-show off na mayaman tayo dito. We're here to have a better life, save money, and then one day settle down in the Philippines because we don't have a plan to die here in Canada. We don't have a plan na ipasok sa care home dito and then one day like waiting for your last breath dito sa Canada. We're all dreaming na we will have that good life in the Philippines one day na we don't have to work. Even if kahit 40 years old, 45, 50 years old pa tayo, hindi natin kailangan hintayin ang 60, 70 years old para umuwi ng Pilipinas and then doon na manirahan. Hindi natin kailangan hintayin yan. We can make it happen as soon as possible basta focus lang tayo sa goal na yun. So, paano natin malaman na na-set aside na natin yung garbo natin, no? Yung pride natin? First and foremost, hindi na tayo bumibili ng mga bagay na hindi natin kailangan. Yung practical lang. I always mention this as well in my channel na when it comes to vehicles, we will have to purchase a vehicle na naaayon sa pangangailangan natin. Sa personal situation natin, family situation natin. For example, you are just a couple. You don't have any kids in Canada. Do you need a big SUV Kailangan mo ba yun if you are just a couple and you don't have kids? Hindi, di ba? It's not practical. So, we will stay being practical here in Canada para makaiwas sa utang. Huwag nating isipin na, uy, si ano, yung kaibigan ko, yung kakilala ko, or yung ka-workmate ko, kakabili lang ng brand new ano bang klaseng SUV yan, mga $60,000-$70,000, which is in fact, you're just living in a small city na it takes approximately 15 minutes to go to work. Na kung tutuusin, hindi mo talaga kailangan yung sasakyan na ganun. Being practical is one of the best ways na makaiwas sa utang. Another point that I would like to share when it comes to staying away from debt is yung stay away from pyramiding scam kasi. For me, it's a scam. I've been there a couple times. That's why I learned my lesson already. They call it business because you're gonna make money, blah, blah, blah. But you only make money pag may na-recruit ka, which is very hard to do here in Canada. Especially these days, people are so aware na. So, pag papasok ka doon, and especially most of the time, if not 100% of the time, ay may investment talaga siya. And it's not just small amount. Medyo malaki yung investment. Pagka nainganyo ka, pagka na-convince ka ng kakilala mo na pumasok dito sa certain pyramiding scheme na to, sometimes hindi mo na siya mababawi. Yung invest mo, hindi mo na siya mababawi. Talagang kailangan mo na siya i-work out. Ang hirap makapag-recruit para at least man lang ay maibalik yung investment mo. I have done that before and wala akong naibalik. Walang bumalik dun sa na-invest ko. So, one time, I invested $600 for a product. Most of the time, hindi natin kilala tong product na to eh. Hindi natin alam kung paano natin siya ibenta. And also, at this point in our life, we don't have the knowledge or the strategy kung paano natin siya ibenta. So, pumapasok lang tayo dito na hindi natin alam kung paano magkaka-return on investment. The third thing that I would like to share when it comes to staying away from debt is wag din kayong magpa-convince na bumili ng mga high-end products dahil lang kaibigan nyo, kakilala nyo, katrabaho nyo ang nagbebenta nito. Because aminin natin, yung mga luxury products na ito hindi talaga natin kailangan. Merong counterpart yan na practical na naaayon sa pangangailangan natin. For example, kitchenwares. I see a lot of Filipinos na nagbebenta online sa Facebook ng mga high-end kitchenware. Ang nakikita ko na bumibili, yung mga kakilala, friends lang din nila. So in that case, if you have a friend na nagbebenta, that's good kasi they are trying their best to na magka-income, but you don't have to buy that kung hindi mo naman kailangan. You don't have to buy that dahil nakukonsensya ka lang na, ay, hindi ako bumili. No. Dahil yun nga, isa high-end product na kalimitan din ay hindi natin siya basta-basta gamitin. Kasi parang nasasayang tayo na masira yung mamahalin na bagay. Takot din tayo na mabasag, na magkakaroon ng stain, ganyan. So, not really practical. So, yun ang plano, no? Number 1 is you gain knowledge on how to start a business or how to invest in the Philippines. Number 2 is yung stay away from debt in Canada. I had shared 3 points kung paano makapag-stay away from debt dito sa Canada at masave natin yung hard-earned money natin. And then number 3 is gradually i-invest mo na siya Philippines while you're still here in Canada. Pwedeng at this point is pag may enough ka na na-save ay ibili mo siya ng lupa kung saan mo gusto magtayo ng business. Diba? Pwede mong gawin yan na kahit na andito ka pa sa Canada. Kasi pwede ka magpa-execute ng power of attorney sa relative mo or sa family member na andun sa Philippines. At this point, nasa momentum ka na. Kasi otherwise, yung pera na yun ay napunta lang sa bangko, dun sa interest rate ng sasakyan na kinuha mo na brand new. Kumbaga, parang nagsusunog ka lang ng pera, di ba? While if you invested that in the Philippines, for example, you first execute your plan, tapos bumili ka na ng piece of land kung saan mo itatayo yung negosyo mo. It's so fulfilling na may nakikita ka na. So, you're in the momentum already, and then you start all over again. Stay away from debt, save money, until one day is masasabi mo na lang na, oh my gosh, I have invested so much in the Philippines already. Kahit na umuwi ako ngayon, I'm good. It feels so good na achieve mo yung plan mo. And how did you achieve that? Is by staying on track with your goal. Staying focused with your goal na mag-invest gradually sa Philippines. And it feels so good to achieve that goal. I hope this video helps you na magka-idea kung paano i-execute yung plan na uwi na sa Pilipinas one day while you're still here in Canada. And I'll see you on my next video.